FLOOWANDEREEZE is proving to be quite a good deck in the Attribute 4 event. In just the first couple of days, we've played 10 matches and we've gone on a 90% win rate, only taking one loss. The videos for these matches I'll link in the description, as well as the loss if you want to see what happened, but you do still brick with this deck a little bit, but that doesn't mean it's unplayable. It's actually pretty much at full power except for no Empin. Now Empin is a big deal, so instead of having to search the Dreaming Town trap off Empin, we opted to put Trap Tricks in this deck. Now, again, I've linked the original deck list that I was using in this event in the description, but for this video, I want to try out Harpy's Featherstorm. I spent 60 ultra rare crafting points, made 2 of these, and I'm going to test them to see if there's any additional synergy with the Trap Tricks, because with Trap Tricks, we can banish either the Dreaming Town and bring another one to our field, or we can banish the Featherstorm and bring one to our field for a turn skip against the opponent. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the last couple of matches here that we played in Attribute 4 and see how Harpy's Featherstorm has performed. So once again, losing the coin toss, but my opponent is making me go first, so that's great. We start off with an Extravagance, draw 2, then we draw into the Duality, and we got the Trap Tricks. What do we get? Ooh, very nice. We don't have to Trap Tricks for Dreaming Town. We might actually be able to showcase Harpy's Featherstorm in this matchup. So we start off with normal summon Robina, not fearing really an Ash Blossom or a Imperm, because they didn't ash the 2 pots, and if they had Imperm, we would have the Advent of Adventure on the Robina. So everything goes through. We're going to opt to put up Apex, not going to make the same mistake as the last time where I brought a Snowl to the board, which is a water winged beast. We need a wind winged beast for Featherstorm to go through. Then we activate Advent, because why not? We got 2. We can keep the Robina in hand, grab a map, set the Dreaming Town that the opponent knows we grabbed off Duality, and set the Trap Trick past turn. So we've got a negate in case the opponent has some back row clearance. We'll definitely negate that with the Apex. They reveal they're on Ancient Warriors. So the normal summon of this one, Masterful Sun Mo, I think, is going to trigger map, and we are going to summon Robina off of the map, which is going to trigger the return of the Eaglin. You already know the sequence by now if you've watched my videos, or really if you've played this deck or know what this deck is. We're going to opt to search for Ryza though, and this is going to stack the deck. Maybe a little bit of a misplay. Should have probably activated Trap Tricks before, because now I'm just shuffling the Duality back into my deck, which is not bad. It's a good top deck, but you're going to see us activate Trap Trick after everything resolves. The opponents use their normal summon, and the Featherstorm makes it so that they can't use anything else. If they had a spell or a trap that's a set, we would definitely Apex it, so we were pretty covered either way. Now we just go full combo, and with map we're going to banish the Unexplored Winds, because we're going to get it back with Toucan. And yeah, just going full combo, summon Ryza, don't even use the effect, but obviously we would search for Snowl first, activate Snowl effect, summon 3 more times in the turn, bring out Apex, Apex already on field. Bring out Ryza, no effect, and then just attack 3 times for a game between Apex, Ryza, and Snowl. Alright, to start things off, our hand looks pretty amazing if we were going first, but hey, that's still a good hand if we don't get majorly interrupted, even though we're going second. So the opponent reveals that they are on what is most likely Sharks, the Xyz rank 4 summoning deck. Pretty good deck for the event, but it is definitely not free to play. It has a lot of ultra rares, this being one of them, as well as a lot of other monsters in the extra deck. So this is an actual manageable board. I'm anticipating that this is like an Imperm or some generic strong hand trap, but we have like full engine and the Advent to dodge a Veiler. Well, Veiler's not legal in the Attribute 4, but the Imperm that is likely in this slot. So with that confidence, I'm going to summon Eaglin and banish the Snowl off of the map here. Now, if this gets interrupted by Ash Blossom, I do have the Called By, so I'm not too worried. However, thinking this through a little bit more, I maybe should have chain blocked this just to be safe, because if I bring Apex to field to negate this effect in the end, this effect will trigger in the graveyard, and I'll want to use Call By on that. So in hindsight, not playing around Ash here was likely a mistake, since this Snowl is not going to be the play that I go for. Just knowing the fact that they're going to pop one of my cards with this at some point, I'm not going to get 2 tributes on the field. I can't bring out the Snowl because they'll just pop it with the Stealth Crag, and I have to bring out Apex first, and that's going to use up my summons for the turn. So seeing how this plays out, the opponent does indeed have the Imperm, so we're going to chain the Advent. Okay, that's going to make sure that the Eaglin resolves. Off of Advent we search Toucan, and then off of Eaglin we search the Apex Avion. Now we're going to normal summon Robina, Robina 1, Eaglin 2 to chain block, not that we need to because the opponent clearly does not have Ash, and now we have all 4 birds in rotation. However, like I mentioned, because we had to use the Advent of Adventure, we won't be able to hit all 4 birds on board before getting the Snowl on board, which means we can't trigger Snowl's effect to get the additional special summons, because as soon as this hits the field, the opponent's probably going to pop it with Stealth Kraken. So, how are we going to play around this? Well, we're just going to go for Apex. The fact that the opponent doesn't have Ash means that we have Called By to negate the Stealth Kraken, and that's going to be the play. So go into Apex, trigger the effects here. The opponent's going to try to destroy it. Of course, we're going to negate and destroy. They think, okay, that's no problem. I'll trigger the effect to bring out the Kraken spawns, but we have Called By the Grave to shut down the Stealth Kraken. And usually these decks only play one of that, so I think the opponent was like, that's game. By the way, I did have the Trap Tricks, but I didn't opt to summon a Winged Beast, a Wind-Winged Beast, so I probably wasn't going to go for Featherstorm. I'd probably go for Dreaming Town, and off Dreaming Town bring Apex back to the field, or Ryza for a powerful stack of the opponent's deck. They were on two more cards, so we were pretty much had game. So the opponent resigning, pretty understandable. Alright, so in this match, this is the first time we're starting with the Harpy's Featherstorm in our deck, and we actually drew it in our opening hand, so that is great to see. We're going to start off with a Pot of Extravagance, which unbricks our hand as we draw into 2 Robina. The Duality is going to reveal a Stree, a Dreaming Town, and an Unexplored Winds. We opt to take the Unexplored Winds because we'll get Dreaming Town with Trap Trick. However, I do make a misplay, again, just not being familiar with the cards because I never play Snowl, but it's actually a Water Winged Beast, and Featherstorm is very specific in stating that you need a Wind Winged Beast. So I put myself in a weird position here because I should have activated Snowl's effect to just normal summon the Eaglin to the field, even though I wouldn't get any effect. Because when I attempt to activate Trap Trick to bring Dreaming Town to the field, I can only activate 1 trap after that. And so obviously I'm going to activate the Dreaming Town, which means I can no longer activate the Featherstorm during the opponent's turn. So that was a misplay. If I would have had the Eaglin on field, I could have waited for the opponent to activate a monster effect, chain, Featherstorm, they can't do anything, and maybe pass their turn. Then I chain Trap Trick, bring Dreaming Town, activate Dreaming Town, tribute off whatever back row they have, and then bring out a big monster, maybe a Riser or something, stack their deck. You know, basically just win the game right at that point. So yeah, huge misplay on my part. The opponent now is going to Kaiju the Snowl though. So that takes away the effect to Book of Eclipse their whole field, and they're on Speedroid, unfortunately. So the Snowl would have really shut them down in preventing their Synchro Summons. But we do still have the option to use Trap Trick. So we're going to wait for them to put a couple materials on board, and I think it's here. They haven't used their normal summon yet, as you can see here, but I'm just going to book your field now because you have 2 cards left in your hand. You've already kind of revealed what you got, and your graveyard has no activatable effects. And once the opponent realized that, yeah, the Dreaming Town's going to book their field anyways, they just scoop it up. They really needed to get that Snowl off the board, and they did, but we had the Dreaming Town as backup. Alright, in this match we also open with the Featherstorm. That's looking pretty good, so even just normal summon Eaglin with setting Featherstorm can hopefully get us somewhere. The opponent does go Imperm, and again we're fine with that. Our hand isn't the greatest. We need to draw into a pot or a bird or something to continue to extend. The opponent reveals they're on some kind of crazy back row deck. Of course, when I would have Harpy's Featherstorm, this is what I would face. So yeah, I'm just going to go Battle Phase Attack because I'm continuing to draw bricks. I have no idea what the opponent is on. An Imperm doesn't really reveal anything. So they draw probably another back row card, I'm guessing, and just pass because their back row is full. We draw into another D-Fissure. So just continue to brick. That's what the game does. And yeah, we're actually going up against Diamond opponents, Diamond 1, so that's nice. We're in Diamond 1 as well. The opponent, I don't know, continues to draw back row cards or hand traps. Okay, there we go. Finally, we draw into a pot. Hopefully this is not an Imperm column. It is not, and we're going to reveal Robina. That's pretty good. We're going to definitely take that. Yep. And then attempt to play. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we're met with a Torrential. That's totally fine because I'm still going to resolve Robina and summon the Stree and bring back the Eaglin because Eaglin hasn't actually used its effect this turn. So I can actually summon the Eaglin and then search. Yeah, just banish whatever. Torrential from the opponent. They do have another Imperm. Okay, that's fine. We're making them use up their cards. Go Battle Phase, attack for half damage, and put the opponent on 5650. Set the Dreaming Town because we do have the Robina to play during the opponent's turn now. And they reveal Pot of Extravagance. Okay, we have to let that go through, obviously. And they reveal they're on the Phantasm deck. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and activate Robina. I don't know if this was a misplay, but they're going to trigger their Pacifist City, or the field spell of Phantasm City. You go ahead and bring out Apex. and bring back the birds. Now this was actually risky because this card allows them to play traps from their hand, and if they have like 2 of the destruction trap, they can activate one, I chain to negate, and they can activate another one and destroy the apex actually. And it would be banished, so I couldn't even get it off the field with Ryza, or get it back to the top of the deck with Ryza. But the opponent makes an odd play. Target one card your opponent controls to destroy. Why didn't they target the apex here? They opt to target the D fissure. I'm not sure why, because I'm pretty sure this deck plays D fissure. Like, you don't have effect like this Featherstorm is useless. They don't play effect monsters. They play, like, literally they play normal monsters. So anyways, whatever. They are going to set 2 more, and yeah, pass turn. Now it's unfortunate that they attack the Eaglin because I have evenly matched. So what I could have done if they left Eaglin on field and attacked Stree is I could have, during my turn, activate Featherstorm, go battle phase, crash the Eaglin, and then activate evenly matched. And they are forced to keep the token, so everything here gets banished. But because they do attack the Eaglin, I don't have a Wind Wing Beast anymore, so I cannot activate this card. So let's see what happens here. Draw into Toucan. Oh, I'm like, okay, sure. Summon Eaglin, chain Eaglin. Do they have another Imperm? No, they do not. We're going to go ahead and go for Snowl. And I'm going to double tribute and go for Ryza here. And make a stupid play by targeting the token. Because I forgot. I know I said it earlier, but in the match I actually forgot that, hey, if I actually go for evenly, they're forced to keep the token. But the Ryza play here is good because if they out the Ryza, which I'm assuming they are going to, I'll activate Featherstorm, clear my board, and then battle phase evenly matched. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. They have bottomless trap hole, so this guy is trying to be as free to play as possible, it seems. But we're going to chain the Featherstorm. So chain links resolve, Featherstorm resolves first while the Ryza is still on field. So it triggers. It's not going to do anything, obviously, because the opponent's literally not playing effect monsters. But then the Ryza is going to resolve. Oh, sorry, the bottomless resolves, and then the Ryza resolves, eliminating the token and spinning, I think it was, yeah, the Pot of Prosperity back to the top of our deck. However, the opponent is going to trigger to bring another token to the field and get another trap card to their hand. So in the end, it doesn't matter. Thankfully, they did that because we're going to now activate evenly. It's going to banish 4 cards for them and make them keep the token. And then they scoop because of it. So yeah, interesting match. Bricked for like 9 turns, but it's all good. So these matches aren't to show you that, oh, Featherstorm is an amazing blowout card and look at all the amazing uses. No, this is practical use in matches, and you can see that it's probably overrated, not that great, not really needed in my opinion. It's considered a win more card, but hopefully you at least enjoyed the matches and saw where Featherstorm could be useful, and you know, now you don't have to craft one. I crafted it for you to tell you basically that it's not needed. So again, hopefully you enjoyed those videos. Thank you for watching. Quantum is out.